So, Doug, let's talk a little bit about the stock market.
Yeah, it's been a rough 2022.
It has. It makes it hard to remember that the market does grow, because I'm seeing, I'm putting money into my 401k and then it just still goes
you
down.
mean your 201k?
My 201k?
Instead of 401k, it's half the value, so
I
it's 201k.
I see.
But that's actually an old joke from 2008, and this feels like 2008. I mean, I've had 6 major downturns since I got into investing in 1982, and that's what this chart actually shows, and it shows each of the recessions, and this feels like 2008. It feels like all the past recessions.
But 2008 went on for a while.
It was only about 8 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the actual market. Okay.
I know, the recession was a little bit.
The recession. And you bring out a very good point. The stock market goes down always in anticipation of a recession. And if we remember, we started the market going down in November. No one was talking about a recession in November. And now everyone's talking about a recession, and then the market heads off to new highs and the recession continues. So when the news is the bleakest on the recession, the market goes to new highs.
Because it's looking forward to the end of the recession.
It's a leading economic indicator, right? So that's what we're seeing now, very similar to 2008 kind of situation. But the other thing is, we don't want to lose focus on the long term. And this shows in 1982, and it was a bad recession when I started my investing career, investing. And we were in a bad recession. And but from 1982 until today, the market's gone up over 1,800%. That's the S&P 500.
And that's just sitting back. You put your money in and you don't do anything.
Right. Yeah. So we should look at the next slide. And what that slide shows is, in times of recession, great companies are created. And all of these companies that we're seeing here were actually started in major recession periods.
That's 2/3 of the Dow Jones was founded in a recession. It kind of reminds me of, I think in history class at one point I heard that during times of war, we actually came out with greater technology much faster.
Right.
It's the same kind of thing. There's all this pressure, and out of that pressure comes
I think
innovation.
Yeah, right. Innovation comes from times of trouble.
Yes.
Yes. And a lot of times it's people losing their jobs and ending up going and starting new companies. And that's what kind of starts it. So we should look at the next slide, and I really like this slide because this shows at 1 AD, which is around Christ's period.
Back when Doug was born.
With the dinosaurs.
With the dinosaurs.
1 AD to 1,000, the GDP of the world only grew at two times. And that's not great growth. And in fact, if you were a stockbroker in that time, you'd probably be starving to death. It was not good. And then from 1,000 to 1,800, the GDP of the world only grows at 4 times.
It picks up a little bit.
Yeah, but still not too hot. But then let's look at the last 200 years, and it's up over 100 times. And why is that?
Because the pace of innovation continues to speed up.
Right, technology. And we can see it even, from 1,000 to 1,800, you have technology. That's why it's a double in the growth.
Right.
But now it's growing technology is growing faster and faster and faster.
And as that happens, the market will follow
the growth of it. And so what we're saying is that the market's going to grow even faster over the next 40 years.
It's exciting.
Yes, it's going to be a great time to be a stock investor if you're a long-term investor and focus on the long term.
Right.
And not get caught up in the short-term recessions that will happen from time to time. They're just really, a recession is just really a throttle, it's kind of shift back. Great things happen, and then you head off to the new highs again.
Painful when you're checking your balance every day.
Yeah, but and you can't do it.
Just don't do it.
And you definitely don't want to look at this every day.
It's too punishing.
Right. The longer you're focused on looking at it, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah. So long term.
So if you have any questions about how we think you can take advantage of the long-term growth of the future of the stock market, give us a call. We'll be glad to help you.